This is Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 26 from the King James Version. The book of Lamentations records the grief of the prophet Jeremiah after the fall of Jerusalem to the Babylonian army in 586 BC. The city has been destroyed, its walls broken, and many of its people taken away into exile. Jeremiah writes, while looking upon the ruins of the city that once centered the worship of the Lord. Smoke, silence, and empty streets now stand where crowds once gathered at the temple. In the middle of this sorrow, the prophet reflects on what remains true about God. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. Lamentations 3 verse 26, King James Version. The words are simple, yet they carry a quiet steadiness. Jeremiah is writing in a time when the people of Judah are experiencing the consequences of long years of disobedience to God. Their nation has collapsed, their leaders have fallen, and their future appears uncertain. Many have lost homes, families, and the familiar rhythms of life in Jerusalem. The destruction of the temple has shaken their understanding of security and identity. In this setting of loss and uncertainty, Jeremiah does not deny the suffering around him. Instead, he points toward a posture of the heart that remains possible even in sorrow. The center of this verse is this: when Jeremiah writes that it is good to hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord, he reveals that true hope is not frantic or demanding, but patient trust in the Lord's power to rescue and restore. The phrase quietly wait becomes the still center of the verse. It does not describe passivity or despair. Rather, it describes a steady confidence that does not need to force an outcome or demand immediate answers. Jeremiah has seen what happens when human strength fails. Kingdoms fall, armies conquer, and cities crumble. Yet the salvation of the Lord does not depend on human control. The verse joins two actions together: hope and waiting. Hope looks toward what the Lord is able to do. Waiting accepts that his timing may unfold slowly. Together, they form a posture of quiet trust. The person who hopes in the Lord does not abandon expectation, but neither do they attempt to rush the work of God. Jeremiah is not speaking from comfort when he writes these words. He is speaking while surrounded by evidence of devastation. Even so, he recognizes that the Lord remains the source of salvation. Deliverance does not arise from the strength of the nation, the wisdom of its leaders, or the stability of its walls. It comes from the Lord himself. The verse, therefore, does not promise immediate change in circumstances. Instead, it describes the goodness of resting the heart in hope while waiting for what God will do. In every generation, people face moments when outcomes remain uncertain and answers are not immediate. Jeremiah's words remind the listener that faith does not always move quickly. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it hopes quietly. And sometimes the most faithful posture is simply to remain steady while trusting the salvation of the Lord. You may wish to return to these words again and allow their quiet strength to settle slowly. Subscribe to Jesus Daily Verse for daily moments of Scripture.